Hey friend, thanks for being here. You know, we spend a lot of time on this channel talking about how to write for work and how to feel confident doing so, but I know a lot of you are students. Maybe you're writing for work and for school, but you may still want to know, well, how should I do the school writing, even though I'm writing a little bit differently at work? So today we're going to do top 10 writing tips for students. Let's give it a go. Okay, number 10, identify your purpose and check your rubric. They go together, right? You may have a rubric or an assignment sheet with some level of detail, lots of instructions, etc. That is going to get you partway there. But still your job to figure out what's your specific purpose in writing this. Yes, it's to meet the grade, but are you trying to show what you know? Are you trying to make an argument? Are you trying to bring up a new idea? Are you trying to compare a couple different pieces of data, right? You want to know what you're trying to accomplish so that you can check at the end with your writing, did I get there? Did I teach, if that's what this was meant to do? Did I inform? Did I narrate? Did I persuade? Whatever you had been asked to do. Once you've got your purpose, number 9, you want to put your thoughts in a logical order, right? It sounds obvious, but we don't always think of it. And you know what else? The way we think of it ourselves isn't always the way a reader would think things are logical too. So as you're deciding on your order, make sure you're thinking, is that an order that's going to be logical for my teacher? Logical for anyone who would read this type of document if it were out there in the world. Okay, while you've got your order then, you're going to have different paragraphs in a certain order, right? Start each of those paragraphs with a topic sentence, which says basically, hey reader, here's what this paragraph is about. Here's why it exists. Here's what you're going to learn, and here's why it matters. That's what a good topic sentence does. You can check the topic sentences video for more detail, but that's basically it. What is the paragraph about? Why is it here? Let us know. And when you need transitions, do that too. If you need to say on the other hand, because this paragraph is the opposite of what the last one was, that's a great way to help guide your reader. Okay, number 7, if you're going to use graphics, make sure you not only refer to them, but discuss them. Discuss their importance in the text. It's still your job, even though you know your reader's going to go look at the graphic, it's still your job to explain why that graphic matters in the setting that you're presenting it in, right? Why did you present it? Why does it matter? Why is it important? Okay, choose the right vocabulary for the assignment. Notice I did not say choose the right vocabulary, period. There is not such thing as a right vocabulary. Like everything else in writing, vocabulary is situational. If you're writing something for your medical program, then you're of course going to use the required jargon. But if you're writing a brochure for people in the public to work on their health, maybe you're going to address and change the way you use those words. So make sure your vocabulary fits not only the assignment, but really your purpose and who you would imagine would be reading it as well. Number 5, explain any examples or data you use. Kind of like the graphics. We know we're going to put our data there. We know we're going to say, for example, and explain something, but the reader still needs to know, why was that a good example? Why was that example relevant? How did that example push your point forward? So when you pop in some data, some examples, reference some studies, we still need to know why that forwarded your argument, how it fits in. So give us a little 1 or 2 sentences of explanation and context after them. While you're doing that too, of course you know this, but always a good reminder, if some of the ideas in those examples or data weren't yours, that's when you cite your source, of course, right? So 5 and 4 go together. We're bringing in information from other places, but we're doing it in a way where we not only clarify where it came from, but also why it matters within our own paper or whatever we're trying to say. Okay, this one's a little bit different. Number 3, consider the norms of your discipline or area. Are you writing in an education program? Are you going to be a teacher? That's a specific type of writing. It's a specific type of thinking. All about education, all about teaching and learning. I love it, of course. And you want to speak in a way or write in a way that's about learning and the learning process and cognition. because that's always going to be something that people care about in education. Are you writing in engineering? Are there certain specs that are always referenced? Check the norms of what people do in your area, because each discipline or major or industry has different sort of writing conventions and practices that you want to be aware of. And you can Google them with whatever subject you're studying and look up sort of like communication in that field and see. Number 2, like with anything we write, including a text, make and support a central main point. We always make a main point. Even when we're just texting, there's a point. Here we also need to make sure we thoroughly support that point, but that doesn't mean we don't have to also have a sentence that says it. Make sure you can point to something in your paper, your paragraph, your report, whatever it is, and say, oh look, there's that main point right there. And then make sure your paragraphs support it, right? Forward it. And lastly, I'm going to throw kind of a curveball. We're talking about school writing, but I would still say avoid slow lead-ins and fluff when possible. I know you're dealing with a word count. It's tempting to add fluff, but there are other ways to meet the word count. You still don't want to throw off your reader or your teacher with a slow lead-in. Something like, it is important to then consider the history surrounding this topic. It's a lot of words leading into doing something. Just go ahead and start doing it in your paper. Just tell the teacher what you want to tell them. And so I would say, even though we do have to try to write a little bit longer in school than at work often, school and work writing do overlap in the sense that everybody wants to read clarity. So go ahead and give your teacher that concise clarity that we talk about in the other videos too. All right, that'll make your teacher have an easier time understanding, which is actually good for everyone, including your success on the project, right? All right, let me know what you think and get out there and let's get writing. Okay, I'll see you all soon.